Hello, everyone. Welcome to this live stream. Here we are, Lionsgate. I decided to do this outside. It just feels extra special. And so if you are new to this live stream, welcome. My name is Carrie. I am a medium and sacred feminine mentor. Tonight we are going to be doing readings. I do have to get one more item, but we will continue on. And I am so excited to be here. It's interesting because all the things that could go on in Mercury retrograde, I don't know about how everyone else feels, but I just feel so at peace with the way Mercury retrograde has occurred, and as though I'm just allowing it to unfold and moving with the energy. And I think that's one of the lessons here, is that we learn to adapt to the energies that come forth. And rather than trying to push upstream, we go with the stream. And so here we are on a live stream today and also on StreamYard. So welcome. I'm so excited that you're here. If you were watching this on the replay, please feel free to just drop your name in the comments so I can say hello to you even at a later time. If you have questions about the types of work we do on this channel, first and foremost, this is a spiritual community, a safe and sacred space for friendship, for inclusion, for learning, growth, healing, development, and learning about the sacred balance of the divine feminine and the divine masculine, what that really means. It's more about our journey with ourself and balancing out our interior and therefore the world around us. So I'm going to put up usually the menu of what we do for our readings tonight. And I love the flow of what we do here. I love the sessions that, we end up, the readings that we do. And if you do have any questions, feel free to, again, just drop them right into the chat. Love to get to know all of you. So the little bit of thing you should know about me is I am a medium and I train people to develop their abilities. And then I also work a lot in the Akashic Records. And so I've been doing that work for quite some time. And on this channel, we do different types of sessions and readings. And then also, of course, I offer coaching. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. So tonight, we're actually going to be, every week, we always connect in with a goddess. So I am a big fan of, I am actually a Magdalene Rose priestess. And essentially what I help others do is I hold sacred space for people to really deeply work on their own healing, but also remember who they are on a spiritual level. And that's part of the priestess path, is holding space, helping you remember your truth. And part of that comes through our sacred work with a lot of goddesses. And goddesses really, I find, also gods as well. We don't want to leave them out, but goddesses really do help us when we work in relationship with them, because I believe they're absolute entities and that they absolutely are here to help us on the earth while we're incarnating and living our lives. And many of us have incarnated with a lot of them before. So we are going to be always on this channel doing readings, connecting our energy with one of the goddesses, and they come forth and they present us with wisdom, guidance, healing, lessons, support, and guidance. And so we love connecting with them. And every week we get someone different. Now, the way we find out who's coming forth is I'm a channel, so I close my eyes, I open up the energy field, and I always bring forth, who do we need to who is here for us to help us today? That's how we do this. So and that comes through usually a knowing, a feeling, and a sensing. And then I channel a message from them, and then they usually direct me towards cards that I have here. And we usually pull from this particular book, which we find to be very helpful, all of us who are usually here. And that is this book by Johanna Pohl, which is called the the European Goddesses and Spirits Companion Book, and it does go along with this beautiful deck. I find this, sometimes we do have our Egyptian or Kemetic goddesses come forth, and then I have another whole deck for them, as well as a guidebook and a few others as well. So we leave the door open for them, but then typically a lot of them come from here. So last week, we had, I have to remember now who we had because all my items are upstairs. So we connected with I think we had one of the Irish goddesses. And so we have a goddess every week that comes forth to help. Oh no, I apologize. We didn't. We had one of the Norse goddesses come through. And so she came through and brought some amazing messages of strength and perseverance and things of that nature. So we want to just thank her for being here. And then, so what I'm going to be doing, and feel free, if you're here, feel free to say hello in the chat. I'm also going to go run and get my dowsing rods so we can have our communication with our goddess, because usually we get to hear a wonderful message from them. And we work with the dowsing rods for that. So I'm going to go grab those. You guys can go ahead and just put any comments you have, because I see some of you in the audience. Let me go grab the dowsing rods. I'll be right back. 1 second. Okay, thank you for your patience, everybody. All right, I've been using, hello. I've been using the dowsing rods with a lot of clients in my client sessions, and my clients have been getting so much evidence and incredible validation when we use these in this session. So just a little clarification, what we usually do, as you can see right here, typically we start with a channeled message from one of the goddesses, and then we do an Akashic Records message, and then we typically connect in with one of the ancestors. Now, sometimes it's a collective of ancestors, and then sometimes it's specifically one ancestor that comes through. So sometimes some people in the audience do get a reading. So make sure you stay tuned. The other thing I want to mention is I go live every single Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, unless I'm out of town, in which I will reschedule. Okay, so I'm just going to tune in. We're going to see who's here, which goddess is coming forth, and we shall begin. Okay. So this is not a surprise to me. But this is the Goddess Hekate. You know, I work with Hekate. She is a patroness goddess of mine. And so she's really stepping forth. And in fact, I have all of her. Hello. Hi, you guys. Good to see you. Perfect timing. We are just now getting the live started. Welcome in. Actually, I was going to say the Goddess Hekate just stepped forward. I am so entrenched with her in my sacred work that all of her cards are upstairs. So I have nothing to show for it, but most of us know her, and I'll be able to speak about her at length and what her message is. It does not surprise me that she's coming forward today. And I think there's a lot of reason for that. First of all, we have this powerful portal of energy that we're all in. Many of us know that as Lionsgate, but really it's also, there's just so many planets that are in reverse right now. There's a lot of very strong energy, which is containing a lot of, for us to like strip away and look at ourselves. And that's usually a really perfect time for Hekate to come forward. So Hekate is, if you don't know, she is one of the Hellenic goddesses. Many people say they think her origins were actually in Turkey. So she is very well known as being a Titan. So even more like a Titan has a very large role and are seen as like a pivotal part of that the Hellenic polytheism. So feel free to go down a deep dive and do your research. And being that I work with her and I'm honored enough to share, a lot of time with her in my spiritual practice, I do know her to be a phenomenal goddess to work as a support during different stages of your life when you're going through transitions. She also helps a lot with healing, children, spell work. She's a great protector and defender, a protector of children. So she's a very animistic goddess. She really helps with animals. I've had that experience with her. And she really, what they say about Hekate is she meets you at the crossroads. So that means when you're at that point where you're needing to move and transition in different parts of your life, she will wait for you there and give you keys and help move you to your destination. And I have found that to be very true. In my own life, I found after I'd lived in this house for several years, I realized that the house I live in is I am on a street that has two crossroads. One at the beginning of my street, it's a 1-block street, this area, and one at the end of my street. So I feel as though she had a hand in that. So she's a very exceptional goddess to work with, and she is equated with witchcraft and also with those people who are mediums, because she helps with those ones who have crossed over, have safe passage to the spirit world. But she's many of these things. So I'm going to read something from here. I think she should be in this book, Hekate, because I know this, and then we'll learn more. So maybe we'll all learn together. So if you have any comments about Hekate, and then we're definitely going to channel with Hekate. I know Amber loves this with the rods. Okay. So we're going to talk about the dowsing rods. Hi there. Welcome. We're going to talk about the dowsing rods. We are working this week with Hekate. She came forth. Let me show you the image that I have here for her. Michael, I still owe you a reading. Oh my goodness. So there's this image that Johanna created, which is you're seeing here with the skulls and the snake and the key, right? And then she also, I think this is, I think these are, I'm not sure what she has in her hands, actually. I don't think that's a snake because it looks like something else. We'll figure it out. It's probably her version of this image. So people often say, oh, she's the triple goddess. She's really not just the triple goddess. She is the goddess of land, sea, sky, air, fire. She's really the goddess of many things. That's what being a primordial ancient Titan is all about. But let's read her some of this, and then we'll definitely do some dowsing rods communication with her. One thing I do like to say to everybody, and we're all kind of getting used to this, is that if you have any questions for her, you can leave them in the conversation in the comment section. I will ask her these questions and see what she has to say. So let's do a little bit of this together. We always love doing this reading together. Here we go. Here are her themes: witchcraft, transitions, spirits, crossroads, borders, the moon, which is interesting, of course, tonight because of the moon for tonight. Ba 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 ba. Okay, I just had another thought. I'll think. and then protection, as I mentioned. So the goddess Hekate is one of the most popular deities worshipped in modern pagan communities. She's associated with magic, crossroads, witchcraft, the moon, and transitions. Even though the origin of her name and her initial country of worship are unknown, she is commonly counted among the Greek gods and goddesses. The number 3 seems to hold significant meaning for Hekate. In ancient art, she is often portrayed as three-formed or triple-bodied. In some artwork, the goddess is depicted with 3 humanoid heads, and other times with 1 or more animal heads, including serpent, horse, boar, cow, or dog. It is said that her 3 faces allow her to look in 3 different directions at once. One of her Roman epithets is trivia, means 3 ways. Hekate is associated with borders, doorways, crossroads, and the other, which relates to what lies beyond the world of the living. She is frequently referred to as a liminal goddess, in charge of the in-between. Hekate mediates between the worlds, between the Olympians and the Titans, and between the divine and the mortal spheres. Among her most popular symbols are torches, keys, and snakes. Torch and key both emphasize Hekate's function as a goddess of transitions and protection. In old times, torches were placed by the entrance door to identify visitors. One of Hekate's many cults is titled Kleidosus, which translates to holding the keys. She has a special connection to dogs. Like the goddess, the dog is seen as being of thresholds, a guardian of doors, and the border between life and death. The Chthonic deity Hekate is closely associated with darkness, the night, and the moon. Over time, she evolved into a goddess strongly linked with witchcraft, magic, and sorcery. True to her liminal nature, Hekate is a being that dwells on the fringes of the Greek pantheon. She is hard to grasp and eludes clear definitions. Here's why she's coming forward, which it makes so much sense to us all. She's coming forth for guidance. So this is divination and a personal message. And so we're going to be doing some message work with her today. Again, we're here with Hekate tonight. She's our goddess of the week. Hekate possesses the gift of far-sightedness. With 3 heads, she looks into every direction at once. She simultaneously grasps the past, the present, and the future. As the witch goddess, she watches over liminal spaces and holds the wisdom of the universal laws of nature to manifest dreams and desires. The labyrinth is one of the many symbols associated with Hekate. It mirrors our path. Hey! I'm sitting up, Timmy. Ice did wonders for me. Let's see. So we're talking to Hekate. Are you feeling lost in life? Does the way you spend your time align with what you consider your purpose? Hekate offers you her guidance to reflect and orientate yourself in the labyrinth of life. Periods of stagnation are perfectly normal. You are not alone. No one has it all figured out. And we all experience feelings of uncertainty and overwhelm from time to time. The goddess Hekate can assist you in gaining new perspective. With the light of her torch, she guides you through the dark labyrinth of your psyche. To walk through the sacred spiral means journeying to your core. On the path to the center, Hekate illuminates everything that is hiding in the shadows. Past challenges, mistakes, victories, the sum of everything that has made you the person you are. At the heart of the labyrinth, a glimpse of Hekate's wisdom awaits. At the center, you can learn what you really want, what steps to take, and what to leave behind. However, the labyrinth does not end. It continues to expand and grow. There is always another layer to uncover and a new part of yourself to encounter. These are really good points. So some of the ways you can honor her if you work with her is to leave her an offering of garlic. She loves dogs and keys. And I want to tell you my Hekate story, motherness. She's very motherness. That's who she is to me, at least. So I'll tell you something. So this week, some of you guys know this story. This week's been an interesting week for many of us. I'm sure you guys can say the same. So for me in particular, I have a very dear cat, my familiar, whose name is Finnegan. Many of you probably know him if you've had private sessions with me. And so so the deck I'm sitting on, typically he'll sit out here with us and kind of hang out. And every now and then he scales our fence and goes meandering around, but typically he always comes back. Well, we do know we take a risk by him doing that because we live in a hilly area with lots of other wildlife. And so he got out and went on a little trip a week ago Wednesday. And he was gone one night. I wasn't really worried after the first night. Actually, the whole time I wasn't really worried. I'm going to tell you why, but I was also wanted him home. The second night, no Finnegan. The third night, still wasn't home. The fourth night, no Finnegan. The fifth night, I was saying, okay, I need to reach out for help. And that's when I had that notion from Hekate that I needed to involve her. So I went in with my dowsing rods, which we'll talk about. That's why she's here today, I'm quite sure, just for demonstration. So I went to, what happens is with the Greek gods, and also probably with some of the other, deities, goddesses from other pantheons, they also have different aspects. And in the Hellenic tradition, they have something called epitaphs. I always say that, epithets. Anyway, what that essentially means is these are different aspects of the God. Okay. And so what you're doing, connecting with them, you're connecting with different aspects of their divinity, right? So she has different ones. She has one for when she's acting, when she's helping people cross over, go to the other side. She's helping some that help children. She's helping some where she's the healer. She's helping some with spell work, some with different types of healing, some with, really strengthening your psychic abilities, and so on. So she had me work with one of her specific types, which I think had to do, actually, it was to do with healing some way. I have to remember which aspect, because Hekate, because she is such a prolific goddess, she has something like 45 aspects, epitaphs. So quite a lot. But I heard her say to me, and then I took out my rods and I started communicating with her because I'm clairaudient, so I can hear her. And this is what we are working with. If you work with me either in coaching or in my development circles, we work with these aspects of ourselves to strengthen these natural abilities. She told me specifically, okay, get me involved with finding Finn. So she said to me, I want you to pour a glass of water and then bless it. And then I want you to tie a piece of yarn. I have this, like brown, rope yarn, essentially. It's not really yarn, it's more string. And then I put a key on that because in my spell work, I work with her with keys, right? And then I took a bay leaf and I wrote out, please bring home Finn healthy and safe. And then she told me to put it up on the fence line where he comes to, that's where he comes back. Well, I put that out at night. The next morning, about 6:30 in the morning, 7, my son, who, he's here with us, woke up and he said, Finnegan. And he walked down here, opened the door, and Finnegan just came in, just like he just had left 5 minutes ago. So I said, we say to her, thank you, Hekate, hail Hekate. And the little jar is still sitting there. It's now like an offering to her. So that's how these incredible goddesses can, just one of the many ways they can work with us. So what I was thinking would be fun, and then we'll go into some Akashic Records reading. Isn't that good? And then we'll do some readings. And I was thinking tonight it might also be fun because everyone's been enjoying doing the dowsing rods. I think it would be really fun tonight for our ancestor message that we use, since we have a small group. What we can do is bring forth messages from our ancestors with the rods. I think that would be really fun. So we'll maybe communicate with someone's ancestor here and have a conversation. All right. So what we're going to do, I'm going to put down this just a touch so everybody can see clearly. And we're going to go over, if you haven't seen the rods before. We had a cat disappear about 5 days. Stressful for sure. It really is stressful, especially when you love your animals, right? So thank you for sharing that. Okay, so I just want to clarify again. We are using copper rods. That's like the preferred rod metal of choice. There's a reason for that. I think because of them being a conduit, right? And what we're doing here, before we even set up, we have our space is ready. We're grounded. We're calling upon our protection and clarity. So we're calling upon our guides, our ancestors, the gods and goddesses or deities and angels we work with, and we're only bringing through messages that will be of help and healing of the highest good for all here, and we are protected. Okay, so that's the whole idea. So we are hoping to speak to Hekate since she was here. Now, what I'm doing when I'm holding these, I'm just nice and relaxed. My arms are to my sides. And these rods move on their own. We do not force them. It's very difficult for you to move them because they work on this cylinder, and the cylinder this moves independently. It's very hard to control them in this way without getting a really obvious motion. So we are working with energy and consciousness. We believe that these spirits, these guides, our loved ones, do have a way that they have enough of that etheric energy that they can make things move and happen. It's the closest thing to being physical without being physical. So for me, I always like to say, Hekate, are you here with us? If you're here, can you please make the rods go in? And if you're not, okay, so that's yes. And then can you show me no, please? Okay. And then can you let me know which side of us you are sitting? Where are you seated or next to us, please? Show us with the rods where you might be. So you're to the left. That's what I thought. She's usually on the left. Okay. So I know there was a reason you decided to come forth today, and I'm really excited to talk to you. Are you wanting to deliver a message to the community? Okay. And are you wanting to talk about learning to transcend fear? That's what I'm hearing. Learning to transcend fear. Is that what I'm hearing? Okay. All right. And she's also saying transcend fear, but then there's something here about money. Are we learning about money and how money drives us? Is that what you're saying? She's been working with me on this lately. Heber! So we just started talking to Hekate with a rod. She's the goddess of the week. She's really the goddess of every, so much. But so we're just starting our conversation. So, okay, so you want to talk to us about our fears and about money and how money is restrictive. Okay, because I know I'm going to be teaching a workshop on this soon, everybody, just to let you know. And so I'm sure she's here for this. So hi, Justice. So are you going to be helping us understanding how to release fear around money, making money? Okay. All right. And it's interesting. She's mentioning something about her dogs. And there's a correlation here. Okay. So let's see if you can help me just understand this as far as asking you yes or no questions. Is there a correlation between making money and dogs? Is that what you're saying? Are you getting to something? Okay, great. Okay, so are you saying that dogs just are naturally guided? They don't move through life with a lot of fear, and that they just trust the process, and that they are loyal just to trusting the process? Is that what you're saying? Okay. So, okay, we got to kind of understand the mechanics of this too. So what Hekate is saying is that, many of us get bogged down in our creative flow. So we often get these ideas about how to make a living, how to make money. Hey, how to, yeah, she's saying yes. And how to grow in that regard, right? And she's saying you're making it complicated, and that, you should rest easy, that the process of learning to manifest money comes in stages. Is that right? Okay. And that it's not so much about earning money, it's learning to be compatible with the frequency of money and your relationship with money. Is that what you're saying? Okay. So she's talking about your relationship with money. That's something you want to work on clearing the energy, because many of you have fears about money. Many of you avoid talking about money, looking at money. And so she's really giving us that a sense of creating yourself into, a magnet for wealth and money and good fortune is really a lot about your consciousness and your relationship with it. Is that what you're saying? Okay. So let's see if I can get her suggestions. She really is saying she wants you guys to start looking at your bank accounts regularly and start blessing your money. Okay. And if fear comes up, that's where you want to do your energy work, your healing work. Yes. Your shadow work. Okay. She said, when you have fear around money, it debilitates you and then you stop the flow from coming in. Oh, absolutely. I know. Yeah. And this is something that comes up sometimes. I've heard this before from other guides I have and with my money mentor. I know, no. It's so good. That's why she's coming in. She's coming into me a lot more. Hekate is for a lot of different things, especially she's like, why don't you work with me around your finances? And I thought, well, I've been working with these guys. I hadn't thought about her with money, but she's like, yes, that's what I have been working on. Money was a big issue for me until I started working with your spirit guide, excuse me, about money. Oh, it's all about staying in the flow and trusting the universe. And so she's giving that equation of like, um, how it's so funny she's using dogs as the example. They just trust. If you think about them, they don't worry where their next meal is coming. They don't worry if they're going to get walked. They don't worry if they just are in the moment. And she said she knows that's a hard thing to do, but really you want to strike a balance that if you have avoidance, if you have fear, if you have doubt, you will, especially for those of you who are building businesses, or if you're the primary person paying a lot of the bills, you want to think in terms of expansion and not holding back. Is that right? Okay. Okay, thank you. And also blessing your money, thanking your money. And looking into doing rituals of money. I'm being totally transparent. I'm teaching a class on money and magic. In September. It's going to be a 3-hour class on all these things I've learned around it. Spell work around money. There's layers to opening up your frequency around it, she's saying. And that's why she's so good, because really, Hekate is like the queen of spell work, right? All right. So what's one of the primary blockages? Should we go through the chakra system and just maybe do some clearing? I'll ask her that. She's saying yes. Okay. I love this conversation. Okay, so she's wanting to start actually at the crown chakra. For those of you, I think most everybody here knows about the chakras. I'm going to do a brief thing in case anyone's watching has no idea what I'm talking about. So the chakra system, again, are the spiritual energy centers located along your spine, and they are correlated with different aspects of your existence. The lower down they go on your body, the closer they are to your physical reality. The higher up they go, the more they're connected to your spiritual and the higher consciousness or higher awareness you have. A honey jar for money is amazing. I love that. And today's Venus Day, right? So today, actually, I got to light my candle for Aphrodite. But if you think about it, you want to put that energy around money in that way, like you said, a sweet way, a loving way, an embracing way, like you have a partnership with it. Okay. Okay, so anyway, those are the chakras. We're going to start clearing them, and we're going to see what she says. And I'm doing this as a collective. So we'll start with the crown chakra, located at the top of your head. That is where your spiritual information comes in, your crown chakra. It's typically violet in color. And so let's see if there's anything there. There's some energy here for some of you as relating to money, again, is the topic. That has to do with feeling spacey around money, not feeling organized around it, not sure how to deal with it, how to spend it. There's a disassociation here around it. So what can we do to clear it? So it seems like you can ask this just to be clear. Of course, do what kind of energy workings. Wow, that was strong. Do what kind of energy workings you like the best to clear out energy, but you could also simply, this is one of my strong techniques, imagine you have a grounded rose in front of you, and it's a red rose, and any blockages just naturally drain into the rose that are in the chakras. And you don't have to do anything that requires any effort. She likes this. And clear it out in that way. That's what she's saying. That's beautiful. So we're just going to do that now. That's what we're doing now, clearing out the 7th. Then we go to the 6th chakra, located 2 inches, just right in between the eyes, just about right here, 2 inches above the eyebrows, right? 3rd eye, pineal gland. It's some of you are having a hard time visualizing yourself, which is okay, totally normal. Visualizing yourself being prosperous, visualizing yourself having ease around money, visualizing yourself feeling comfortable. Okay, so that's a big yes she's showing me. There's also some energy of being almost fearful of being wealthy. Right? Is that what you're saying? She's really active in this. Look at her. She's just swinging them the entire time. Are you saying that there's a fear, there's a wall up around feeling wealthy, or a disassociation like that's for other people? Ooh, I love that. I love that. So Timmy's saying I have a money bowl that I do offerings for all of my loose change. I love that. And then you can also put Joss money in there too if you want. And also you could put a couple dollar bills in there too, or whatever you've got. You can also put like some of those coins that you see, that you can find, some of the gold coins, you know, that you can buy them typically at some different, like probably at also metaphysical stores. They are, I think they might be Tibetan, but they are auspicious. Those would be something you could use too, is what I'm seeing. So where I'm getting a yes on that. Okay. So being able to visualize yourself feeling comfortable with your money, and I'm seeing that really strongly. That's what I'm seeing. I love that. That's coming in really strong. So funny. Okay, now moving down into the throat chakra, being able to speak about it, being able to speak your new truth about money, being able to speak, I am wealthy. How does that feel? I am prosperous. I have everything I need and more. I enjoy money. She likes this. Money is playful. Money is fun. Money is light. Money is in abundance. Money comes to me naturally. I am very good with money. You see what I mean? We like these things. This is her kind of helping you here. Clear some of these things out. Good day to do it on Venus Day. All right, let's move into the 4th chakra, the heart center. Are we moving into the 4th? Okay, thank you. All right. I can tell you're really liking this exercise because you keep going inwards. Again, we're talking to Hekate if you're just joining us. She's helping us with our money blocks, or removing them. Okay, let's move into the heart center. So this is all about feeling what it feels like to feel that abundance, wealth, feeling as though it's natural fit for you to be bathing in money. It's natural for you to have more than you need. It's natural for you to have money to invest. It's natural for you to be at peace with your money, just feeling that essence and energy. It's the right thing to do. You do the things that make you, gain the most for your highest good. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. Now we're going to move down into the solar plexus. We're doing healing work as we're doing this, friends. So if you're open to that, you can just write in the comments, I receive. I receive. Keeps the energy moving. Also keeps, maybe get some people in here too. Maybe some new friends will come in and hang out with us. Okay, so next we're moving down to, as I said, the third chakra. That's your power center. That's your solar plexus. That's where your power is. There's going to probably be something here where we feel a little shy. I have a money. Oh, let me see. Someone else wrote something here. I receive. Yay, we love that. We love it. So what I'm feeling here with the third chakra is, what does it feel like to own that wealth, to even associate yourself with I am wealthy. I am wealthy, and having just an ease and a pride with that, not having to overexert yourself, not having to work harder to make it happen, having a sense of playfulness and ease and fun, and just joy, joy, joy. Again, I receive. I love that. I love that. So it's just super, it's all just about being available for that, being available for the frequency. It does really help. Woo, wow. Yeah, being available for that frequency to come in, right? We're available for that energy. We are available for the wealth energy. It's just a frequency. It's just a frequency, right? And more comfortable we are with it, the more we know that's what we should be charging. That's what we should, and that's what, it's our inheritance, right? That's what we need to be showing up for. Okay. All right. So let's continue. All right. So second chakra is all about sensuality. So we have released shame around being able to not have to work so hard, being able to rest more, being able to earn more and work less, to be able to have joy and magic around how we create, and that we enjoy the process and we can enjoy playfulness, and that this is a natural part of being wealthy. This is the magic that it takes. It's just being like that. You're not missing anything. You're not being lazy, right? It's just a part of who you are. Okay. It's a part, generational wealth. That's what we're working on here. So now, parts of these puzzles take time to build. Again, this is one of the pieces I'm going to be working on when I teach some of this money and magic that I'm teaching in September. Again, it's going to be a 3-hour workshop. More details, we're going to post it, I think, next week. You'll be walking away with a lot of tools that I have learned that are very effective for manifesting, but over time, right? Clearing out energy too, but being in the frequencies, and some of it is just definitely ritual based. It's a combination of things. Some things you may work with, some things may not work for you, but it's different things so you can see which fits for you the best. Okay. But it is working with deities to work on these things because they can be such a booster for you, and there'll be different ones you can communicate with and see which ones work best for you. Obviously, ancestors are also part of that, because most of us have some part of our ancestry, somebody who knew how was very good with money somewhere. You may not even have never met them, but that's one thing that we can know. Okay, something to think about. All right, let's move down to the first chakra, base of your spine. This is where there's quite a bit of wounding around money. Would that be right, Hekate? Is there energy here? Do you have anything specific you want them to clear out of this? If you could cross in and you're slowing down, it's the first time you've slowed down. Okay, do you have something specific that you want them to work on in the first chakra? Or is it more in the second? Is it more in the second chakra? I'm going to go through each chakra. You can tell me. Is it in the first chakra? In for yes, out for no. Okay, in for yes. So there is something there. Is it also in the second chakra? In for yes or for no? Did we do some clearing? Okay, we did some clearing. Okay, did we clear enough in the third chakra? In for yes, out for no. Okay, thank you. Did we clear enough in the fourth chakra? Okay. Did we clear enough in the fifth chakra? And did we clear enough in the 6th chakra? In for yes, out for no. Yes. Did we clear enough in the 7th chakra? Are there some energies still in the 7th chakra? Could you clarify, please? That's what I was thinking. Okay, we'll work on that next. All right, well, let's, there's still a couple of cords of energy in the 7th chakra since we're doing a collective. So if this speaks for you, hooray. Okay, so let's see. And this is also a timeless activation. So whenever you're seeing it, perfect. Doesn't matter, it's timeless. Okay, so 1st chakra clearing. Okay. And okay, so there's some instructions coming in here, y'all. I think one of the suggestions she's mentioning is about something soothing. This could be like a bath or maybe a shower, but and we're working with lavender, she's saying. So something that is, you want to have healing and soothing, and the 1st chakra especially, because there can be so frenetic, fearful, survival energy there of that, a lot of, where people say, hey, why aren't you worried about it? That's the whole thing, right? So that's something that, are we clearing this out? Yeah, I can feel that. Okay. All right. Now what's in the 7th chakra? I was seeing some cords in there. Is that what you're showing me? Okay. Is this from outside sources? Is this like a think tank or outside consciousness collective about finances? Yeah. So this is something I would call it more, this feels to me more collective in the ether. And it seems like there's energy in the crown that's around beliefs around money. Like you need to be careful of the stock market. We're in a recession. Watch out for your money. What's the government saying about it? What are the experts? What are the economists saying? Right? Panic. So is that what you're talking about? You have to be sure to clean out your crown chakra regularly. Okay. Just do it with a sweep of your energy. You can take a rose, put it out in front of you, say, I'm clearing all energy that's in the collective, and then fear-based panic around money. Okay, right. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, how does it feel? Are we clear once we've done that now? Yeah, that seems so good. Thank you so much. All right, amazing. I'm also getting confirmation on the honey pot because I have beautiful honeybee who is now going from flower to flower of my tomato plants. So I'm going to call that a confirmation for the honey pot, the honeys. So that's good. All right. So Hekate, we want to thank you so much. Did you have anything else you want to provide us with guidance, wisdom? That was amazing conversation. Thank you. Nope. Do you feel complete? Okay. Yes. All right. Shall we continue? All right. Should we work with the ancestors now? Okay, great. All right. Okay. So a couple things. That was beautiful. I'm going to move into the ancestor readings now. And I think we might be bringing through some messages since we're a small group. I think we might bring through some messages from the ancestors for you guys with the rods. Okay. I'm excited. So the energy is very powerful. 808. That's right. Exactly. We're here for it. I'm so glad we're here together, all of us. 5 of Pentacles out on the bottom of the deck for releasing the money block. So good time to clear, open up to some powerful juju. Okay. All right. So let's get some messages from the ancestors. Yes, Hekate. She is just on fleek, on fire for us. We're very grateful. Okay, let's see what she's saying about the ancestors and what we're hearing in general. Of course, she's always here for the ancestors too, but let's sing. We call upon our ancestors, loved ones in the spirit world. If there are any messages here you want to bring through, and collective and individual as well, please. We'll bring through, just as a little bit of a difference, we'll do the Akashic reading after this. Okay, friends, we'll see. We're starting with the ancestors. It does feel right to do that because Hekate often is associated with the ancestors because she's, she is the safe passage for many that cross over. That's her her space she creates for us. Safe passage. Okay. There we go. Let's see what we got from the ancestors. All right. Let's see. What do we have from the ancestors? The collective message here from the ancestors. All right. So does anybody have any anniversaries for any passings, for any ancestors at the moment? Loved ones in the spirit world? I feel like I'm getting that message. You can also just keep it on your own. So I'm getting the 3 of Wands and the 7 of Wands coming in. So 3 of Wands is a way that we are going from one place to the next. It's a transitional energy, but also the 7 of Wands. So there's protection, right? So I feel like maybe we've got some loved ones coming through here in this energy of, you know, their own transition, their own moving into the spirit world, being in the spirit world, but also acting as a protection for you, 7 of Wands. So that's they're acting very much like that knight energy here. So, but also this is, Timmy, I feel like I've got Sebastian here. I'm going to tell you, this is making me feel like, think of him. Knight of Pentacles, the Chariot, right? So we have a younger male energy. And then there's the transportation aspect here of the Chariot, but also someone who's stubborn. And yes, of course. Yeah. And that makes sense. I feel his energy around that younger male. And what was his sign again, Timmy, if you don't mind me asking when his birthday was? You've probably told me this before, but I can't remember. Also, you'll notice right here we have, oh, I know. I thought so. Okay. Aries. Okay. Thank you. So also you'll notice right here, there's a key on his necklace. So I'm going to give that to Hekate because that's a passage key, right? So that's this transitional energy, the movement, but also we have the Chariot, which is a quickening energy of rapid transition. The big number here, everybody, is the number 7. So the number 7 has to do with, and this is what another message that was coming through for everybody, I will tell you about the collective energy in August. My guides told me, and I said this last week, that it was going to be a difficult August, not in the sense of difficult negative, but difficult because we're shedding so much. So it is a real time to really have the discernment card going there for yourself, to have good boundaries and self-protection, self-preservation. It's what I'm hearing, but also picking and choosing, you know, what's best for you is very important. The transformation is phenomenal right now because so many of us who are on our spiritual path are literally shedding like the suits and energy from lifetimes. And so it really feels like we have, you know, these things that we've inherited. That's what I'm hearing. Things that have the energy that we've picked up both from our families, but also from our past lives. We are now moving through them. So we're not going to be stuck in the cycles as much because we're releasing them. 5 of Wands, Page of Swords. This is us. So the 5 of Wands is, to me, always energy that's moving in a lot of directions. It's a little bit of chaos energy. It's energy that pulls on us and isn't matured as much. not as developed. And the Page of Swords asking for clarity. So asking to know which, like, what guidance should I take? What direction should I go in? What's the plan? What's the purpose? What's the direction? What are we doing? And part of when we're moving in a lot of different directions has a lot to do with the fact that we have motivations that are stirred up from other sources, not our own per se, or not our own for this lifetime, not what's designed. And that's really part of it. So we're bringing in that wise one. The Temperance card is here with this is the Hierophant, together of synthesizing these energies and understanding we're moving from like this one level of unconscious energy, of unconscious actions, and just doing everything for the world around us. And then there's the maturing of the Temperance coming in and balancing things out. So it's a handful of stuff, but it's really good stuff. The Wheel of Fortune coming in with the change. This is what they're saying is now's a time that this moves from one thing into the next. This all reminds me of each other. The Temperance card reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune. Notice those energies look very similar, of moving matter around, changing things. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And then finally, we have Four of Pentacles, and then the Six of Wands, which is a complete cycle. So if you feel yourself just wanting in this month to take a break, rest, not do anything, it's okay to be in that space. Soon enough, you'll be moving more into the spotlight. Things will be coming into play more, and with the Six of Wands right next to it. So there'll be an arc of change, I'm hearing, is going to happen. An arc of change. Okay. All right, so thank you to Hekate. Thank you to the ancestors. That was like a beautiful reading. I think what I'm going to do now, guys, and we'll bring through some messages from your loved ones. Okay, we'll see if we can get some messages coming through with the rods. I'm kind of excited about that. So why don't we start with Sebastian, because he's here and we're here and we've got the rods. So how would you feel about that, Timmy? Do you want to get a message from him? Now, part of this will be a group effort, because it'll be you asking yes and no questions, and we'll go. You good with that? Okay. So let's just see if he's really wanting to chat. Okay. So Sebastian, I was feeling like you're here, and these are our dowsing rods, which you can help communicate together with us if you're interested. So the way we do it is we say, just to speak clearly to us, we go in for yes towards the center and out for no. So let me know if you understand that. So it'd be in for yes and let us know, is this you? Okay, great. So, and are you willing to speak to us today? Okay. And did you have something that you want to say, or are you open to questions? So something to say, yes. And then are you open to questions? Okay, very good. I feel like he's going to start having dinner at house, is like, yeah, my house, probably. I'm okay with that. Okay, so Timmy, let me see what he's telling me first, clairaudiently, and then you feel free to ask questions. Then if you guys want to talk to any of your loved ones, you can drop them in the chat. We've got a just nice little group here. So, okay, so specifically, do you have a message for your sisters? Okay. He's saying he's got something for the sisters. Okay. Especially for the youngest. I feel like he's giving her a message about starting high school. So the thing he's telling me is that he's sort of thinking, he's telling her to get involved in clubs, you know. He kind of had a funny joke, though, which I don't think this is available at Cleveland, but he was saying something about, why don't you join the ROTC? I don't think they have that. I don't think that was it. Yep. So were you joking about the ROTC? Yes. I feel like he's laughing and saying, yeah, I'm joking about the ROTC. That would be not a good fit. So are you saying her to just get involved in clubs to, yeah, right? And is that just for her involvement, engagement, uh, feeling good about herself? Yes. It's also that it feels like what he's saying is that she doesn't have as much patience to like maybe make certain things happen, and so being busy will be a good thing for her. Is that what you're saying? Okay, good. All right. Okay, did you have a message? Did you have a message for your aunt here? Okay. So what he's saying is he's saying be patient with me. I've been trying to communicate. Minimal patience is not her thing. Exactly. And it's funny, he just said the patience thing to me. So did you want to say something about being patient with you while you're learning to communicate? Okay. And do you like the rods for communication? Okay. Do you also like the pendulum? Yeah. So either of those is great with him. He says he's not so into the cards. That's a little harder. Yes, I know. Okay. Very good. Okay. He's talking about eating pizza. And I feel like he's saying, eat a slice for me. Are you guys having pizza tonight or something, Timmy? We talk on the pendulum. I love that so much. I know, it's so awesome. Last night you had pizza. Okay, good. Okay, very good. He's mentioning something about breakfast for dinner. Would you understand that? Leftovers in the fridge. Sounds good. He's mentioning something about breakfast for dinner. Enjoying that. I don't know if that makes sense to you. I did hear that. Seems like he liked like pancakes, sausage. That's what he's showing me, all that. We've done that. Yep, we've done that. So also, would you understand, does your let me work this through. Does his younger sister have a t-shirt of his that she might wear? A t-shirt? I feel like I'm seeing a t-shirt. And then also, he's saying he hope you had a really good time. I think it's a hoodie. Yeah. He's hoping you had a really good time on your trip. Seeing the kids is what he's saying. Watching the kids. He's also saying he's excited for you to, because he knows how hard you've worked to, when you got your master's, and he's so proud of you. He's also saying, just got back from Vegas, watch my granddaughter. Yes. He's also saying, say hi to grandma for me. Did he have a particularly close relationship with her? Because it feels like he's showing me affection between them, for sure. We talk about him all the time. Yes, I feel that too. It feels that way. It feels very special. I'm going to show the comments if I can. I think there's a way I can do that. I have to remember. Okay, here we go. Comments. Show comments on stage. There we go. That way, it's kind of, there we go. I love his sense of playfulness, and he is just so gleeful and jolly and happy go lucky. It feels like he's gotten back to that place, and it feels like, to me, he is just at this point of being able to be kind of like an anchor energy for the household, which is really nice. He's done a lot of work on himself, a lot of forgiveness, and he's being more patient with himself. He really wanted you to know that. Yes, he is definitely back there for sure. So I want to give you that sense of love and play and ease and joy for the family and for you. Thank you for letting me bring him through. That was so lovely. Loved connecting with him. Thank you for letting me bring him through. I know, I love it too. Did anybody else want to connect with any of their family members? We can do a little message work here. Feel free. We'll do a few of these. I know. He is definitely around all the time. I can really feel that. It's really easy to communicate with him, you know, really easy to talk to him. So he's very open. Oh, good. Okay, great. Let's connect. Let's connect. Let's connect. Okay, good. And obviously, is this your dad's mom? Can you remind me, Heber? Oh, he even drives with you in the car. That's so sweet. I love that. I know, isn't that sweet? Oh, I know, Amber. So sweet. Okay, let's begin. Let's get your grandma to come through. And feel free if you want to ask questions too, Heber. I've got the questions coming up here on the board, so we can do that as well. Okay. All right, I'm going to go down a little further so then you can see the rods. Okay, so we're wanting to connect. Let's see. She's like, okay, let me see what this is about. All right, so we're here to connect with Heber's grandmother, and we want to bring through messages. Heber's grandmother on his father's side, and messages, and he's excited to talk to you. So, and so these are called dowsing rods. And they're really easy. You've probably seen them. I feel like she's saying, yes, I've seen those for water. She's saying that in English. And would you understand how to use these? So when we're using them, the way to go in for yes, out for no, you are watching. Okay, she's watching. Okay. So she's saying, be very patient with me. I'm learning about this sort of thing. Okay, so would you like to talk to us? In for yes. And then can you let me know where you are standing right now at the moment in relationship to me? See, there can be it can be to the right, to the left, whatever you want. Oh, she's here to the right. That's a first. I don't have that many there. Okay, very good. I feel like she's showing me images of her hair. Did you want to talk about your hair? She's saying that she liked feeling pampered and liked doing her hair. This made her feel like when she didn't feel well, she'd want her hair done. Yeah. And also, I think she liked trying to help you with your hair, making your hair look nice. Okay, very good. So would you understand her being sick like a couple of times, Heber? Before she actually passed? I feel like she's saying I cheated death a couple of times. Is that right? I know. Isn't that sweet? Did you say you cheated death a couple of times? Is that what I'm hearing? Okay. Yeah. And that makes sense to you too? Okay, good. And there was a few times you got sick. Did she have sepsis at some point, Heber? Do you know if she had sepsis? That's what I'm hearing. Yes, she had sepsis. Okay. All right. And this is something, I don't think I've heard this, and I know this is a condition, and you would know since you're in the medical field. Do you know what angina is? Hang on a minute. I just heard that. Oh, I hope my phone's not dead. My phone's dead. I have never heard a spirit say that. Do you know what that is? Because I heard that angina. Yes. Okay. Does that make sense to you? Yes. She's also showing me like her joints really hurting, her body just being really uncomfortable, very achy. Okay. Yes. Okay. And that makes sense. I'm glad. She's also saying that it was difficult for everyone to be patient with her when she didn't feel well. She was making me feel like your grandfather wasn't as patient as he should have been. He had a lot of that sort of machismo a little bit. That was hard for her because she just didn't feel well. Did she pass away at the age of 67? I'm getting two numbers. I got 67, but then I also got 7, like what feels like 70. Does that make sense? Did you pass away at 67? Okay. Okay. All right. And I just want to confirm. So you're saying she passed away at 67? Late 60s. Yeah. That's what it feels like. It's like I was sick at 67 and then it was definitely like just like no later than 70. Okay, thank you. Yeah, and I'm feeling with her like her joints just really hurt. Okay. So, do you have a message for Heber then? She's just saying she's so proud of you. She's speaking in Spanish. And there's definitely stuff going on with her chest as well, is what I see. She's saying really to be very brave and to do things that make you feel uncomfortable, but no. She's also really saying you're such a gifted healer. She said you'll be, a wonderful business person, that you just have to trust yourself. And that there's a lot of attention coming towards you, she's saying. She's saying a lot of us are working in the spirit world to help you become successful. Oh my gosh, she's adorable. Wow, that's so beautiful. Did you have any other messages? Isn't that beautiful? I know, I love it. Did you have any other messages for him? It feels like she's talking about you and like something to do with your ancestors. Do you have specifically like probably their crystals or other bracelets that you wear for your ancestors, Heber? Yes? I know. I feel like she's talking about you wearing specific bracelets for the ancestors. Does that make sense? And then she also feels like she likes the not yet. I wear a yarn bracelet for them. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Feels like yarn. Feels like something very regular. That's wonderful. Also, she loves the candle that you burn for her. It had 1 rose quartz bead on. That makes sense. That makes sense. And then do you have, she loves the candle you have for her. So beautiful. Do you like the candle? Do you have a pink candle for her? I feel like I'm seeing pink for her. She likes the pink. She definitely had some issues with her knees as well, she's showing me. She was a very good grandmother. Yes, for the pink candle. I love that. She was a very good grandmother, like very attentive. Very like playful, attentive with you. Very good. She played with you. Made sure really that you were very well taken care of. So sweet. Yeah, she's very proud of you. She says you're going to do very well, earn a very good living. I love that. She's really saying don't be afraid, that of course you're going to do well. Okay, I'm just see if there's anything else. I feel like she's just sending you a huge hug. I know. So sweet. She's sending you a huge hug. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. We now release you and so grateful you're here, and we will speak to you again sometime. Okay? Does that feel complete? Okay. Thank you very much. My question was any money manifestation for the, ooh, let me see if there's something. Would you understand, I'm talking to them again. Would you understand a green candle here? I'm seeing green and I'm seeing gold. And then there's something about using the term, I don't know if this is in the Bible. It is in the Bible. Whoa, you're welcome. Where in the Bible, I'll ask Amber this because she knows her Bible, I think, better than we do, where it says, be fruitful and multiply. One thing I learned from Miss Keisha K is that you can use passages of the Bible because it doesn't have to even do with even necessarily the religion. It's more that it's the prayer has been said so many times for prosperity. So where does it say in the Bible, be fruitful and multiply? Because they are giving me that passage. Excuse me, I'm yawning. Oh, pardon me. If you look that up, it's going to be somewhere. Okay, she's all, let me find the verse. Amber is my resource center. Yes, so I want you to think about citing that, okay, Heber? Just it's a prayer. Okay, Genesis 1:27. Amber, I love you. Thank you. Did you get that? Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Be fruitful and multiply. It's just also about you increasing something. So green and gold are the recommendations. Perfect. We love that. Oh, it's 128. Which that's okay, Amber. We're easy. Be fruitful and multiply. That's what I'm hearing. All right. Thank you very much, ancestors. We appreciate you. Okay, so we have time for one more. Who else would like to come and get a reading? Wow. And if it doesn't happen this week, I can also do them next week because I think this is a lot of fun. I like doing this. It is a really nice thing we're also learning about the rods. I love that for us. I love that for us. Okay. Whoever would like to get one, and then we'll do one more, and then we'll save the rest for next time. I'm so glad you're all here with me. Thank you. Yay! Okay, good. Now, what day is your birthday again? I know it's coming. Okay, great. Okay, great. Okay, great. We can do, hi, Jana. Okay, I'll do both you guys. So Jana and Elizabeth, definitely. Oh my God, your birthday's tomorrow. Okay, good. All right, amazing. That's a beautiful thing. So everybody, it's Heber's birthday tomorrow. Okay, Jana, let me see who would be here. And then Elizabeth. Okay. Let me see who's coming in, Jana. How about that? Do you want to do it based on that? Like, or did you can decide. You tell me, friend. Happy birthday, Heber. Oh, Jana, you celebrated yours last. Oh, how fun. Love that. Oh my gosh. Okay, good. Okay. All right. So, Jana, let's see which side. Shall we leave it up to the spirits? Okay. So we are now speaking with Jana's family, please. And we're only bringing through those benevolent, uplifted, and enlightened ancestors. And so we're going to need to figure out which side of family wants to bring the message through. So this is for Jana, okay? So we want to know between fathers and mothers. So should we, so you guys ancestors can work it out amongst yourselves. So would we be starting with the father side? So here's how this works, friends. If it's a yes, they cross in the middle. If it's a no, they go to the outside. So we'll go neutral. All right, so this is the father side. Should we be doing the communication with this side? Out for, are you open to this conversation? Okay, so that's a no. So let me check. I think mother side's coming through. Now we're going to speak to mother side. Yes, okay, good. Now, are we going to mother's side of the family? Is that what we're saying? In for yes, out for no. Okay, in for yes. Okay. Now, for the mother's side, are we going to go to grandfather or grandmother? So, will we go grandfather, in for yes, out for no? Okay, let's just make sure because we can only choose one, you guys. So, are we doing grandmother's side then? Oh, yeah. Well, that we can clear that. We can clear that. That energy can be cleared. Sometimes with ancestors, if you leave out, I want to say offerings for them, over time, they'll start to warm up. Okay, so what it looks like we're talking to, did I say the father's side? Okay, your grandmother's side. I just want to make sure. Is that what we're doing? Grandmother here in the middle? Okay, yeah. So let's bring through a message. So Jana, did you have questions too? And I'll start seeing what they say. So I'll give you what I'm hearing. That's what we'll start with. They're really talking about you being more rested, taking more time for yourself, getting enough sleep. They're also talking about being patient with yourself and leaving time and room for play. It feels like they worked very hard. Oh, who to research? Okay, well, we'll see. Well, we'll see what they say. They're just giving me a message first. They start with what they start with. Let me see what they say. So they're talking about you first. You've had 3 cards about balance. Okay, that makes sense. Yes, did you see that? Okay. So now something you can do, Jana, is if you have a couple of questions, we can go yes or no. That's probably best because I'm going from my mediumship perspective. And if you have more specific questions, you can drop them in the chat and then I can go based on that. Since you know the questions you might want to ask. And then are we open to having a conversation with Jana? Yes. And then we'll go from there. You can just drop several questions in there. Is it Grandma Roscoe? Is this Grandma Roscoe? In for yes. So it has to be pretty clear. So in for yes, out for no. Is this Grandma Roscoe? I feel like it's also someone else, just so you know. So that's a yes. And someone else. That's what I heard. It's her and someone else. Did she have something that happened with her eye? Her right eye? Or did you have something happen with your right eye? Because I feel like I'm getting something in my right eye. Excuse me, I'm yawning. She also had a few things with dental and her eyesight for sure. I'm not sure. Possibly my grandma's husband's side has someone reaching out. Okay. So grandma's husband's side. I don't know. It's could be. But we'll start with her. Did you have any questions for her? Sorry. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm yawning. I know, right? Trying to figure out which part of the family tree to look into, right? I know. Nope, just trying to learn. Appreciate them reaching. Yeah, me too. Okay, let's see if they have any other messages. Okay. Um, so a lot of the stuff I'm getting is very physical from your grandma. So she's kind of talking, like she's showing me a picture of her, like putting lotion on her arms, and really feeling like putting her feet up, feeling tired. And and to me, what she's giving me with you is just to really care for yourself. That's her message. It's kind of simple, but it's still profound, you know? And then definitely with her right eye. So sorry. It's like she's me. I'm yawning when I'm in her energy, but and I'm having a hard time with my eyesight. So I think she had these just different bits of evidence coming through, Jana. How she's giving it to me. I love how she came through for you. Yes, I know. I'm with you on that. It's not an easy thing. Yeah, she's really mentioning that. She's coming through with that. So you can get some of these and kind of go through and get her to, she'll open up to you. She's pretty easy to talk to. You're very welcome. Okay, we want to thank Grandma Roscoe. Thank you so much. Are you ready to release? Yeah. Okay, thank you. All right, so the last one we'll do, very welcome. We'll do Elizabeth. Elizabeth, did you have anyone in particular you want to connect with? All right, so we're now going to be connecting with Elizabeth's family, please, bringing through the highest messages of integrity, ethics, love, and light, and only for her highest good. So if you are willing to speak with us, please, with Elizabeth's family, benevolent, uplifted, and enlightened ancestors, if you could just show us that you're here with crossing in the front for yes, out for no. Okay, pretty good. Oh, I don't know why I'm yawning. I was totally fine before. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. I'm interested in connecting with my maternal grandfather. Yes, but if anyone else steps forward, that sounds great. I think we've contacted with him some time ago, Elizabeth, right? Okay. So, do you have anyone named Robert in your family? Elizabeth? I heard that name. So, Elizabeth's wanting to talk to her grandfather on her maternal side. If you could let us know you're here, and the way we work with these are dowsing rods, you go in for yes and out for no. So if you could let us know if you're here, so in for yes. Okay. And then where are you standing in relationship to me? To the left, to the right? A step grandfather paternal is Robert. Okay, very good. So this is not this one. Okay. Because we're doing maternal. Okay, just wanted to check on that. All right. So you could let me know again where you're standing. Okay, so standing on my left. So your grandfather, your grandmother, your mom's father, he's showing me something that's going on his, like, hello. He's showing me something going on his jaw. The left jaw. Hi, Carrie. Is there something going on with your left jaw? Could you let me know? In for yes? Yes. Okay. Also, I feel like I'm hearing pacemaker. Did he have a pacemaker? Or someone around him? Is that what I'm hearing? Pacemaker? Okay. I also feel like he had a way that he tried to, like, when you were younger, like, get the sillies out. That's what he's telling me. Like, he would like to see you laugh, and he tried to do funny little jokes. Let me know if that makes sense. He definitely was someone who liked to earn a living. He liked providing for his family, your grandfather. And He wanted people to feel safe and stable is a big part of him, it seems like to me. He's a very joyful person with his family. I don't think he would be outwardly demonstrative to a lot of people, but definitely to his family he is. Is that right? Okay, very good. Yes, so that's him. He had a yes. Yeah, it's the paternal oh, your paternal grandfather. And yes, he had a Gemini moon. Okay, good. Well, we'll keep going with this because I feel like I think we started out saying we were going to do your maternal. So we're hoping for that. But I feel like I'm getting a little something on the jaw and definitely liked that. Yes, very much so with the family. Very, very good. I'm also seeing something. I feel like I almost brought this for you. Would you understand having a rabbit when you were younger or knowing something about a rabbit? Does that make sense? Are you mentioning a rabbit? Even a stuffed rabbit? Okay. Just move this over. Could have been a stuffed rabbit, like a stuffed animal. He said you really did like having stuffed animals. That was a thing for you. He said you were a little bit shy. Is that right? Yeah. Did you have a hesitancy when you were either learning how to swim? It seems like a little bit of nervousness around the water when you were young. Is that what we're seeing? You had a stuffed Peter Rabbit. Wow. Oh, that's so cute. He's saying that. Yeah, I love that. Love Peter Rabbit. Love that whole thing. Amazing. Um, and did you have a little bit of tentativeness about getting swimming when you were young, like with swim lessons? A little bit of nervousness, a little shyness around that? Yes, to swimming. We had a pool. I almost drowned as a kid. Wow. 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 Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing that too. He's picking up on all that. That's amazing. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Um, wow. So it feels to me like your grandfather just really saw you very clearly, really understood your nervousness and your shyness to some things, and he wanted you to feel very held and protected and safe and not pushed. And it seems like sometimes that some people in the family wouldn't always understand your, um, I would say, tentativeness. And sometimes they would try to just talk you into things that you weren't quite ready to experience. That's really what it feels like. So having a playfulness with your inner child that is based upon things you find enjoyable is really the key here, is what they're saying. I love that so much, Elizabeth. There's definitely an ease here with him. Yeah, it's very sweet. So I just want to see what else his message is. He just wants you to have things be easy and playful and sweet and not difficult. And he's like, I'll do whatever I can to make that happen. He's lovely. He definitely had a little something with his eye too. I'll say that. In his right eye, a little bit of like astigmatism I feel like he had in his eye, his right eye. Well, then quite a few people have that. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Also, do you know if your grandfather had some kind of arthritis? Oh, I only had a few years with him in the physical, but he felt like a sense of home to me in my earliest years. Oh, I just love that. I know. I love that so much. That's when you know your loved ones are making such an impression. It's such a lovely thing. I love that. I had an uncle like that. He's still, I think he's still alive, but I had an uncle like that, and he and my aunt were only married a few years, but I just adored him. He was so kind. He actually was a psychologist. Loved him. Let's see what else we're getting. Yeah, I just think he's coming by to sort of congratulate you and send you lots of love. So sweet. He definitely had something with his eyes, Elizabeth. Ooh, let me know if there's anything else. I'm going to come to a close. I'm not sure about arthritis, but other relatives of mine may have for sure. Yeah. I was hearing arthritis, so that was something I did hear. Okay. All right. Well, I want to thank him so much for being here and being so pleasant and lovely, and that we look forward to seeing him again sometime. And we appreciate your support of Elizabeth. And we can bless you, and you can leave us as you came in peace. Thank you. What a lovely, lovely, lovely session. Thank you all. Thank you guys for being here. I want to thank those of you that participated, commented, supported. And if you're just watching this for the first time, please come back and see us every Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You too could maybe experience a reading. I do a lot of these types of readings. So weren't they wonderful? They were wonderful. So, I just want to let everybody know I'll be here next Friday. And there'll be one Friday at the end of the month I'm not here, but all the other ones I will be here. If you also know, I am going to be offering readings on here sometimes, or if you want to book a private reading, those are always available sessions. I want to say thank you all so much for being here. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing, and then watch my other videos. I have some amazing videos and also channeled messages. So I'm going to drop two more. I dropped one video, which is if you are interested in doing a spiritual business. That doesn't apply to everybody. And then I'm dropping another one about using dowsing rods to communicate with your guides. And then I'm going to do also a collective message, which will probably drop on Monday. So thank you guys for being here. I love you all so much. Happy birthday to Heber for tomorrow. And we'll see you all next Friday. Bye-bye.